Hello everyone and welcome to another Bimmer Fixer video, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the C-Reader Elite 2.0 for BMW from launch. Now this was sent to me by King Bolin. It's not a paid video. I won't be making any commission on anything that's been sold through the channel for this, but if you are thinking about code readers, and especially if you've got BMW, I'd like to think this is going to give you a bit of an insight into the code reader itself so you can make an educated decision if you want this particular reader or not. It's got most of the things that you would come to know and love on diagnostics tools. This retails about £150. What I like about this one in particular is it's got some bi-directional controls as well, so you can actually activate certain things in the car through the module. So what we'll do, we'll get it all set up, ready to go. Something worth mentioning as well is this actual diagnostics tool doesn't have to be plugged into the car to work. It does have an internal battery, so it will charge when it's plugged into the car, or you can also use a USB-C charging port there to charge it up. But I'll get you situated so you can see the screen a bit better, and then we'll talk through some of the things and features on this particular tool. Okay, so first thing you want to do when you get out of the box is you'll want to connect it to a network. Once you connect it to a network, it will also prompt you to put in your details. If, for example, you're a garage or a mechanic and you're going to want to send reports, have reports to a customer, that's when you can put in your personal details. If you don't want to do it then, you can also go back and do it through settings at a later date if you wish. It will then also be the time to do any available updates, which would have probably arrived during shipping. So that's when you can do your updates there as well. So looking at the device itself, operates on Android. It's a 4-inch touchscreen display with 3 touch buttons at the bottom, which are back, home, and settings. And this is the home screen. This is where you'll start off from. So having a look at the bit of the device itself, you can go into settings, and then you can change any settings that you wish to change. You can see you've got the full range in there, and you can also do units of measurement and things like that. Then you have the mall, which I believe is an American term, a shopping centre as we might say, but it's an online store effectively, and this will allow you to purchase other manufacturers. So you can update the device, Aston Martin, Audi, and so on, and you can go to the country of origin along the top there, or continent, so you can see that Europe. You can also go for motorcycles, that's on there as well. And along with EVs, so there's quite a good range in that respect if that's what you so choose. And that's where you would go to do your updates. Just click on there, it'll show you which ones are available, and you can just go through and delete them, or update the ones that you would like to update. Then you have the OBD at the top there, which will then, I won't touch just yet because it takes a while to load, but that's how you would go and load protocols and things. But then up here is the diagnostics one, so we touch there. Now we can either, also obviously worth pointing out as well, because it's a BMW tool, it comes with Mini and Rolls-Royce as well. Now my car is a little bit too old. It's an 06 plate, and it won't do, I've already tried, it won't do the auto detect for the VIN, which is a bit of a shame. However, that said, what I have noticed is that if I am to do it manually, so just go BMW, that's the software that we're using for the diagnostics. You give it a little second for it to connect to the car. It just takes a few seconds. There we go. And then you can do the automatic search at the top, which is the same thing. I found that if I just touch that, it will load it, or you can do it manually. At this point, this gives you the option to do your coding program there, so you can go through and select it manually, and your special functions as well. I'm not sure how long that's going to take to load. I think we'll wait there a second because I can go into that a little bit later. Don't worry, we'll do it in a minute. Okay, so BMW software, that's correct. We'll let that load. What I'll do is I'll show you how we load we'll do the diagnostics check. We'll bring up the health report. So that's the automatic search there for the VIN. Yeah, the health report, we'll go into the individual modules and we'll look at the bi-directional functions as well, which is pretty cool. So that gives you the car information there, and we know that's all correct. So it's just saying there, make sure the car's been on, off, and the ignition's back on, which it is. and we'll just give it a minute to read codes. For the sake of the video, I'll probably be speeding this up. Okay, so there we go. So it's done, it's loaded and done everything it needs to do. So we can now have a look at the health report. So once it's connected, it doesn't actually take all that long to load the actual health report or do the scan. So there you go, it's finding a few issues there. Shouldn't be anything that I don't know about. There'll be a few things that would have been because I changed the head unit from a CCC to a Linux one. If you haven't checked that video out, have a little look. So yeah, so this is the health report. Well, actually not the health report, it's the pre-report. So this is telling me what it's found, all the information. So so for example, it's found a fault there with the engine control module. That's something to do with air conditioning, I believe. Instrument cluster, there's a couple. So you can go through the individual modules like that. There's the code and what they are. You can break down into a report. So there you go, it creates a report. That's where your information will be popped on the report there, and then it will give the rundown, the health check or health report of the car along there, and then it'll send it through the email that you put in at the start. Okay, so if we have a look at some of these faults, yeah, I think this could be a low battery issue as well at some point. But yeah, for example, if we have a look at the ECM, just tap it there, it's going to enter that module, and we say, yep, that's where we want to be. And now we're in that module. We can have a look at module information. We can read the individual codes there. We can clear those fault codes. We can read the data stream. So if the engine's on, for example, we can have a look at the engine oxygen sensor, Vanos, stats, and everything along there. Because of freeze frame, and we can actually do actuation tests. So this is like the bi-directional function. So for example, these are all things that we can have. I'm sure it's going to vary between models, but these are the things that are available on my 2006 E60. So we can actuate fuel injectors, solenoid valve, the fan. Let me just pop that on for a second. So that's where it activates. So it activates 150 degrees or 239 degrees Fahrenheit. And so we just pop that, activate. Let's see if it's going to come on. It should do. Here it comes. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's testing the fan. So that's ideal. If you're not sure if the fan's working or anything like that, you can just, there we go, we can shut it off. We can also do that with parking sensors, wipers, windscreen washers. So you can test lots of individual things through individual modules. So what we'll do, I might actually even show you. Can I do that? So these are all the modules that you can have a look at and go in and do. Like I say, for example, parking distance control. Again, yeah, that's the module we'd like to look into. All the same options again. Data stream, read codes, delete the codes, and you can do the bi-directional as well. So we can click there and we can just say, for example, we want to activate it. Active. There we go. And you can just turn that off with a button. Yeah, so you can just test things all over in the individual modules, which is pretty good. So then if we come back, I can go through those and delete that. Actually, we can delete. We know for a fact that that one is nothing to worry about. So we can just go clear code, clear complete. Come back. It's gone. As simple as that. So that is everything there. Then we have special functions as well and the coding program. So if we load special functions, so I might actually be in the PDC module here, so let me see. I don't know what it would let me do in special functions with that, but for example, if you went into the gearbox or the engine module, you can change all the adaptations as well, engine adaptations, gearbox. So if you would change your, for example, in the gearbox, it's important to reset the adaptations, because you'll find that it could still be changing rough because it still thinks that it's got old oil. And also it can do the new battery registration, which again is really important, because what a lot of people don't know is if you don't register a new battery, the alternator will be sending more current to it because it's an older battery, and it can destroy a new battery. So it's always important to tell the car that it's got a new battery, and then it knows how to charge it efficiently without causing any damage. Right, I'll speed this up if this is taking too long. Okay, so what it's done here, which I didn't know it was going to do, which is ideal, is it's actually loaded the different areas there where we can do special functions. So drive, there we go. So cooling system, ventilation, these are all the areas that we can do the special functions or special features on. You just have a look through those. Let me see, maintenance, for example. This actually might be where, let me just see, what would it be? Body, maybe? I'm just going to see if I can find. There it is. There's the battery exchange there. So you could just tap that, for example, and then it'll let you then go in. I won't worry about wasting time watching it, waiting for it to go. But then there you go, you can register a new battery and do it like that. So F3 to end function there, and then we can just come back. Yes, we're finished there. Oh, okay, so power window, that's interesting. Oh, okay. So I'm even finding new things out. So there is definitely lots to go into, but hopefully that's kind of like a brief insight to the tool itself. If you've got any questions about it, please ask in the comments. I'll get back to everyone as quick as I can. If you'd like a more in-depth video on this particular device, I'll be more than happy to go into more detail. I think I could probably do a half an hour video going into everything individually, but hopefully that kind of gives you like a broad expectation of what this bit of kit is all about, and it can give you some information for you to make a educated guess or decision if you want to buy one. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please get a thumbs up, and I very much look forward to seeing you guys again soon. Take care. Bye bye.